party. I'm the president of the DeKalb NAACP, and I'm totally happy today. I'm overjoyed with all the support that we have from all over DeKalb County today. Today we have in the room Green Forest Baptist Church. Pastor Barry did an awesome job by bringing us the greetings. We also have our CEO, who is the keynote speaker for us today. We also have MC Karen Greer, Channel 46 Anchor News. But we have all of these great people, citizens of DeKalb County and throughout the metro, who came out today to support the DeKalb NAACP. Again, we are very, very excited, and we want you to come and support us as we get everyone registered to vote. We make sure everyone is educated on the voting process and mobilize to get everyone to the polls. Thank you very much.
My name is Hank Johnson. I represent Georgia's 4th Congressional District. I'm very happy and proud to be here once again with the NAACP, the DeKalb chapter, at their annual banquet. They do so much work during the year, and then in April we always come out for this annual breakfast and support the NAACP with our dollars. And so this year, of course, is an election year, so we have extra energy in the room, lots of candidate supporters, lots of politicking going on, and it looks like some good eating is going on too. So I'm getting ready to get in that line and get me something to eat.
Good morning, my name is Brian Ross. I'm a judge on the DeKalb County State Court. I'm here to show support for the DeKalb NAACP, an organization which has supported so many of us, all of us, for so long now. I'm a member of good standing. I'm happy to be here, and I encourage you all to show support for DeKalb County and the NAACP. Thank you.
Donna Coleman-Strimley, I'm a Solicitor General for DeKalb County, and DeKalb NAACP does so much for this community. They are a constant advocate for the people of the community, and it's necessary for us to continue to have these conversations and be a part of it. So I'm continuously going to support the NAACP.
Good morning. My name is Ronald Ramsey, Judge of the State Court of DeKalb County Traffic Division. I'm here this morning because I am a great supporter of the NAACP DeKalb branch. I've been active in this branch for years. I am continuing to be supported by President Teresa Hardy and the executive team and all that they do for our community.
Good morning. I'm Greg Williams, and I'm here at the annual NAACP breakfast because I support the movement. I think it's important that we stand in unity to fight for freedom, justice for all people. I believe that this organization stands for that, and I support the organization.
Good morning, I'm Judge Letitia Deere Jackson from City of Stone Mountain. I'm running for DeKalb County Superior Court to succeed Judge Corsi, the open seat. I'm here celebrating the unity of DeKalb County NAACP and the advancement that we have made for all African Americans. Thank you for this event, Teresa Hardy and your committee.
For the NAACP, of which I'm a member, to help commemorate the 50th anniversary of the King assassination. We have to mark this event because we need to measure how far we've come and how much further we still have to go. I hope to be a part of the second half of that journey so that we can all realize the dream in our lifetime.
Good morning, I'm Jeanette McIntosh Hopewell, and I'm a candidate for the DeKalb Superior Court Division 1 to replace Courtney Johnson. I'm here because I'm a life member of the DeKalb NAACP. And the NAACP is the bastion of civil rights organization, and I share their principles and belief that protecting civil rights, freedom, and equality are primary things that we should be focused on, and it's been something that I've been a part of forever. Anything that I can do to advance that mission, I am there, and the NAACP is the place to be.
Good morning. I am Shandina Cruz Morris, your DeKalb County State Court Traffic Division Judge, and we are here for the NAACP Unity Breakfast, and we are here today to celebrate a wonderful organization, a wonderful cause, and we all need to be united to make DeKalb better in the United States.
Lemons with the DeKalb County Sanitation Department, and I've been at DeKalb County for 18 years, and it's good that we are able to receive a raise, starting at $14 an hour, and even with the 3%, it would be great for our family. The raise starts April the 27th, And it's been a long time coming, but it's good to know that they see, something in us to vote on the raise for us to get it.
Appreciate that raise that he did for us. A lot of these guys been working a long time. Me, I'm just starting, And for new people to get a raise, that's a good thing. It's gonna help me a lot in the long run.
Today was a phenomenal day for the NAACP. It was a great day for DeKalb County. It was just great to see so many elected officials, community groups, and just to see the great people of this great county come together to celebrate unity on the 50th anniversary of Dr. King's assassination. We're excited to see what the future is going to bring. I believe that we're inspired, we're challenged, and I believe that a more cooperative spirit will lead from this place. Again, to the NAACP, keep up the great work. To all of our elected officials and our community partners, keep it up and watch DeKalb County continue to grow.
If you can't fly, then run. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. This quote most certainly describes the life work of today's keynote speaker. He has had a remarkable career of service and has kept moving onward and upward. He was raised as a sharecropper's son in Clark County, Georgia. He graduated with honors with a Bachelor's of Arts in Philosophy and Religion from Payne College before proceeding to earn his Juris Doctor degree from the University of South Carolina's School of Law. In 1986, he became the first African American elected to the Georgia General Assembly since Reconstruction from Clark County. In 1998, he was elected Georgia Labor Commissioner. Our speaker is widely regarded as a turnaround expert. He has fundamentally transformed the culture and enhanced operations of complex organizations such as the Georgia Division of Family and Children's Services, the Georgia Department of Labor, and the DeKalb County School District. In 2016, he won a landslide victory to become Chief Executive Officer of DeKalb County. The citizens have faith in his capabilities to restore trust in county government, and we are confident that he can keep DeKalb moving forward. Please welcome DeKalb CEO, Mr. Michael L. Thurman.
Issue of harmony or accord or understanding. It's a unity breakfast. That means that the men and women, the boys, young men and women gathered in this room this day are here in a spirit of unity. Now, unity is not unanimity. There's a difference between unity and unanimity. As in unanimous. You can be unified and not unanimous. See, and that confuses us sometimes. Our constitutional officers, our sheriff, our clerk, our tax commissioner, our solicitor general, probate court, all of our constitutional officers, all of our elected officials at the state, local, and federal level, we operate and we seek to operate in a spirit of unity, even though we're not always unanimous on the issues. Our Board of Education, who's seated here to my left, we are in unity, even when we're not unanimous, and that's important. Because sometimes we create a false goal that all of us have to agree with everything all the time. How many times, whether it's state court, federal court, superior court, county commission, school board, church, Dr. Berry, we say, all of us ought to get together. But all us ain't gonna ever get together on every issue. But if we operate in a spirit of unity, Madam Clerk, we can accomplish things not even imagined. We can be unified, but not unanimous in our thinking and beliefs. We can be a Democrat married to a Republican. Was that, Judge? Not in your house, it can't can have vegetarians married to meat eaters. Amen, huh? There are some Atlanta Falcon fans married to some New Orleans Saint fans. Or at least they used to be married to them. There are a whole lot of saints married to some sinners. And my wife would say amen to that. And the most amazing thing of all, there are some Baptists married to some Methodists. But we live under the same roof, we share the same goals, we share the same ambitions, we raise children, we finance careers, we're in unity, even though we are not unanimous. Now, good leaders, good leaders, understand this. Great leaders like my young friend Dr. Berry here at Green Forest understand this, that you can't expect everybody to join church on the same Sunday. That's why we open up the doors, what? Every Sunday. King Solomon teaches us that iron sharpens iron. So one man sharpens another man. It's the conflict between the iron that sharpens the iron, that strengthens the iron. I told you, Teresa and I, Miss T, we cuss and we fuss. We make each other stronger. Constructive criticism is good. You don't want a friend. You don't want an associate pastor. You don't want an assistant. You don't want employees. You don't want a director of sanitation who can't tell you the truth. Judge Ramsey, Judge, we worked together. Judge Ramsey and I worked together. He was my lawyer at the school district. And his job was to keep me out of jail. And he succeeded. Give him a hand. He succeeded. You don't want a lawyer who can't tell you what? The truth. Even if the truth what? Hurt. I tell my folk every day, I'd rather you tell me than Richard Belcher tell me at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. I want you to tell me the what? The truth. So the truth sets all of us free. County school district fails, if the county commission fails, if the DeKalb government fails, if our court system fails, all three of those entities are controlled by a majority of African Americans. So the truth is, if it fails, then there is no one to blame but who? Now, our enemies will take advantage of our weaknesses, right? They'll take advantage of our lack of unity. And I ain't just talking enemy in the race sense, I'm saying enemies. I didn't say white enemies or black enemies, I'm just saying what? Who said they come in all colors? There's associate pastor, there's associate pastor. Now they'll preach when Dr. Berry ain't here, so they come in all colors, all varieties, all sizes. So, here we are on this morning of unity. If you want this unity breakfast to be special as I go to my close, you would recognize that what the president really wanted and what we really need in DeKalb is that on this morning, we recognize that this day of unity should be a day of atonement, forgiveness, and restoration. Now, if we want to be more unified than what we were in verse 17, then this morning must be a morning of atonement, forgiveness, and restoration. In other words, don't bring the mess from 2017 into 2018. Don't bring the mess, the anger, the frustrations, the hatred, the jealousy from 17 into what? 18. And if you do that, by definition, we will be what? More unified. We have to learn how to forgive. We have to learn how to forgive. The essence of Christianity is what? Forgiveness. If you, and I know you are, a Christian or Muslim, a Jew or Gentile, Catholic or Protestant, the essence of all of those great religions is the understanding of the power of forgiveness. And if you are a person of faith, if someone comes to you in a spirit of honesty and forgiveness, your faith demands that you what? Accept it. Sometimes we carry grudges generationally. I don't like her because grandmama didn't like her grandmama. We ain't never liked the thermos. Isn't that right? But the spirit of forgiveness allows you to put that aside. Because let me tell you what. See, after we finish today, forget what I say. There are people in this room who've been carrying grudges, who got mad, who fell out, who angry at the president, who angry at the person who's been leading all the songs in the choir every Sunday. Now, I ain't talking about green bars, I'm talking about another two. If you want the day to be special, you will be the bigger person. You will go to him or her, and you will say, we fell out, we disagree, but you my brother, you my sister, and I forgive you. And forgiveness is for the person you might be upset with, but forgiveness is more about your own self-worth. It's your own health. But think about it. When you get mad, when you get upset, the first thing that rises is your what? Your blood pressure. It's unhealthy to carry that mess. It becomes crystallized and metastasized on your spirit and on your mind. We're in a political season, and I run a whole lot of races. And I was introduced by Mr. McIntyre, had been elected this and elected that, but he didn't tell you the whole story. He didn't tell you the first 2 times I ran for that seat that made me the first since Reconstruction, I lost. See, when we all run, 1 or 2 things gonna happen. Somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose. You gotta know that going in. 1 or 2 things will happen. Now, I appreciate your courage, but unity tells me that when the Democratic primary is over and when we get a nominee, the Democrats will work together to oppose who? The Republican. And the Republican gonna work together to oppose the Democrat. And when that election is over, whoever wins, we will work together to improve the quality of life in DeKalb County. That's the point. I lost twice when I ran for the State House. I got elected Howard Mosby, and then I finally got to the General Assembly. My ambition took over, ran for the U.S. House of Representatives, and there were several counties. DeKalb was one of them. I was in Athens. I got 17 votes in DeKalb County, Georgia. 4 people ran. I came in 5th. I don't know how I did that. I still haven't figured that one out, Commissioner Johnson, to this day. 17 of y'all voted for me. Now, my spirit of forgiveness say I should forgive y'all, but I'm still working on that 1990 congressional race, but I'll keep moving. But you have to forgive. Draw a bright had to do in DeKalb County is that we've had to learn from our mistakes, our failures, and our setbacks. But the key is you learn from your mistakes, but you don't dwell on them. Finally, this, to forgive is often yourself. Mama told me don't date. She told me don't go out with, and I did it anyway. And I ain't ever gonna what? Forgive myself. And you probably could forgive yourself, but Mama bring it up every Thanksgiving. When you all that, she bring it up. Forgive. Now finally this. On the King side, we got my men and women, my brothers and sisters from the sanitation department. I'm so proud they are here today because they play such an important role in the quality of life and maintaining the quality of life in the DeKalb County. And as we celebrated, acknowledged or observed the life and observed the assassination 50th anniversary of Dr. King's death a few days ago. And I shared with a group at Stone Mountain that on the day before his death, Dr. King got on a plane destined for Memphis. And he was going to Memphis not to attend a beautiful standing room only breakfast like the one we have today. Wasn't going to shop. Was not going to receive any type of award or honorary degree. Dr. King, one of, if not the greatest leader of the 20th century, went to Memphis on April 3rd, went to his ultimate death to help garbage workers, sanitation workers. Didn't go to spend an evening with his fellow PhDs. Didn't go for a reunion with his brothers from Morehouse. Didn't go to have a conversation with the educated people in Memphis. He went to help sanitation workers to earn a decent living. The greatest leader of the 20th century ultimately went on a mission that it resulted in the loss of his life for men and women that many of us would hesitate to give a cold glass of water on a hot day. And I'm so proud of working with our commissioners that in DeKalb County, Georgia, this year, and the first paycheck will be on the 27th, the minimum wage for workers in the sanitation and in DeKalb County government, the minimum wage will be $14 an and they always wave at me like, oh, we talk sometimes. And I said, you got your raise yet? And I said, you know you're getting a raise. And one brother said, well, all I want to know is when does it start? Well, am I right, Drew? It starts on April 27th.
All right.
That's what we did. That's what you did for some of the hardest working people we had. Now, when Dr. King got to Memphis, on the day before his death, he went to Mason Temple Church, and I visited Mason Temple one day, and he stood there. He was sick, didn't feel like going that particular night. He tried to send Ralph Abernathy, but at the last minute, Dr. King decided to go himself. And he stood there in Mason Temple Church on that evening, and with sweat popping from his brow and tears welding up in his eyes, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Ascended a prophetic mountaintop. And when Dr. King arrived at the peak of Mount Nebo, that prophetic mountaintop, he said that God had blessed him with the privilege to look over. He said, I looked over and I have seen the promised land. He shared with that audience of 3,000 people what really he shared with generations not yet born. He spoke really to the ages. He said that even though I may not get there with him, he said as a people, we will make it to the promised land. And interestingly enough, he didn't say black people will make it. He said what? As a people, we will make it to the promised land. Didn't say Christian, didn't say Jew, didn't say Muslim, didn't say Catholic, didn't say true believers or atheists. He said as a people, we will make it. You all know that on the next evening, as he stood there on the hotel balcony at the Lorraine Motel, a shot was fired from a secreted location. A bullet went hurtling through the air. It pierced that evening air, it entered his skull, imploded his brain. And the Prince of Peace fell in a pool of his own blood. I was a ninth grader when the news came across the black and white TV that Martin Luther King Jr., the Prince of Peace, is dead. But you know, like I know, that Dr. King's life paralleled the life of another great leader who also led his people out of discrimination and poverty and hopelessness and despair. That this leader named Moses led his people out of Egypt, led them on a 40-year sojourn through the wilderness. You know Moses, just like Dr. King, ascended Mount Nebo that overlooked Canaan, the promised land of the Jews. And you know Moses, just like Dr. King, looked over, saw the promised land. And you know Moses, just like Martin Luther King Jr., died on the mountaintop without ever setting foot in the land that flowed with milk and honey. You know those lives of those two great leaders parallel themselves. But do me one favor. Later today or Sunday morning, read past Exodus and read about a younger man named Joshua who when Moses died, picked up the mantle of leadership and led his people into Canaan, into the land that flowed with milk and honey. What I'm suggesting to you this morning is that you must become the young Joshuas and Joshuettes in DeKalb County, Georgia. That these young men and women are the Joshuettes and the Joshuas of Georgia. And I'm asking you as a people to lead DeKalb County down from mountaintops of drug addiction and despair and hopelessness and gang and murder, black on black, into our prophesied promised land of love, justice, freedom, and equality for all. I want you to go into the valley. But before you go, I want you to remember that we sent 2 spies out in front of you. And the spies came back and said, Mike, don't go to the DeKalb County School District. Don't go there. Don't go down to the Maloof building. There are giant gossipers at the school district. There's some giant lions in the Maloof building. There's some backstabbers out there in DeKalb. But I leave you with this. That don't fear the valley. Don't expect a ticker tape parade, but don't fear the valley. For it is written that if you will only have faith, that you can walk through the valley in the shadows of death and fear no evil. But he'll be with you. His rod and his staff will comfort you. Go forward into the valley. This is the Mount Rushmore of photojournalism, electronic journalism, TV journalism in the state of Georgia. Her face will be carved on the Mount Rushmore of journalism. And I don't care how bad the news is in DeKalb. If Karen tells it, I don't feel so bad.